going to make this short and sweet. Short and sweet and to the point. I guess you all see who's on my TV. Yeah, I got a little mad yesterday. You know, the tater got mad. Yeah, the tater got really upset yesterday. Yeah, because I've just been waiting on a cowboy keyboard or cowgirl to pop off in my comments and say something about this man right here. Yes. See his hat? The real JFK Jr. I had just been waiting on somebody to pop off. Well, somebody did yesterday. Yeah. It sent me into pissed off and beyond. I have not been that mad, and I couldn't tell you when. I had to take something to calm down and go to bed because I had a splitting headache. Okay? How many times has this man been on here and told about DNA test? Somebody that went by the name The Judge with some numbers after it. You've got 46 subscribers. Hello, Libby. You have 46 subscribers on your channel. You had the audacity to get in my comments and said, Caroline is still alive. All he's got to do is get a DNA test to prove that it's him. That's what you said. Yeah, that's what you said. When I can clearly see who this man is, all you got to do is look at his face. And if you'll go back and you look right down here, look at this face. Who is that? That is his father. If you do not go and listen to this man speak on corruption and how that they can switch you, identity theft, child trafficking, we all know now that child trafficking is real. So do you mean to tell me you're going to sit there and say that child trafficking did not go on back then when John was little? He was born in 1960. I was born in 1966. I clearly, to this day, remember being in elementary school or going in the grocery store before milk was put in these plastic jugs. There was, hello, Jack Wolf, honey, how you doing? I clearly remember, and I know most of you all will remember, the missing kids on the milk cartons. Have you seen me? Have you seen me? This man right here tells you on his channel all about child trafficking. And this man is 6 years older than me. He sure is. Now, to that one that wanted to pop off in my comments yesterday and said, all he's got to do is get a DNA test. Seriously, do you think the one that is the real JFK Jr. can just go get a DNA test and it not get blocked or flagged? Seriously? He's tried. He has tried, and it will never, ever, they'll never, ever tell him. All you got to do is look at this. See his face? His earlobes are not attached. You see his father? Look at him. And then you mean to tell me that all of a sudden, some dark-headed dude that looks Greek all of a sudden was JFK Jr. He got switched. I have his book, The Unveiling of the Real JFK Jr. Stolen identity. That's what happened to him. Why am I so passionate about getting his story out? I'm going to tell you. Because I married somebody in the year 2000. I had a daughter by the year 2001. I married a narcissist. That a narcissist almost plays mind control games about as well as MK Ultra. Yes, I went through abuse, verbal abuse, mental abuse, right down to physical abuse. And I felt like him. I felt like nobody believed me. My parents believed me. My sister believed me. But the town, he kept telling everybody in this town, she's a liar. She's a liar. So I took him to court and I won the domestic violence case. And from the day he was charged of domestic violence, the law says you cannot own a weapon. You know what I'm talking about? A pew-pew, a gun. So from 2001 till the day that he OD'd, the man could never own a pew-pew. But I could. I could. And I do. I went to gun class, purchased me a gun, and learned how to use it and learned the safety, and I have one. But he couldn't. So this is why this man's story is so close to my heart, because I know how tiring it is to get up every day of your life trying your best to get people to hear your story. And the naysayers saying, no, that didn't happen. There's no way that could have happened. And especially in his case, it would have been like, no, there's no way that could have happened. It would have been in our history books. Do y'all not realize that the history books are a lie? Okay. He was just live. I'm not gonna play the sound because he's gonna show some pictures here. If your eyes don't see what I see, you need to go get some glasses. Hello, Penny. Hey, Shedra. This is JFK Jr. Sure is. Jack, are you still in here? Jack Wolf, are you still in here, honey? Jackie's been around me for a long time. Penny knows. Yes, I was a card reader. Yes, you all know. My gut, from the moment that I seen this man and I started listening to his story, I just stumbled on him on YouTube. My gut told me that's him. That is him. Jack, what are you? Okay, now we're going to stop right here. He's going to show you right here. That's him as a young child. Jack, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down on this man. What do you think? Jack, tell me. Jack, I know you know. Do you see him as a child? It's just like I left on his comment on this video. A mother knows. A mother knows. Hair color don't change. Hair color don't change. Hair color don't change. My daughter, when she was born, it'll be 24 years in May she was born with a head full of hair that was as white as cotton. White as cotton. Where did she get that hair from? She didn't get it from me. She got it from her father and his father. It ran on their side. See that hair color? John still has that hair color to this day. Your fakeroo, Mr. Fakeroo, had dark hair. Greek looking. Why was that? Because he was in an Odysseus. He was John's replacement. Now let's keep going here. John's going to... See, there he is. If you notice, right there's his daddy. His daddy's right there. Look at that. And then, you see that down there? And you all want to pop off in my comments that's never been on my channel and tell me he needs to do a DNA test. Seriously? Seriously? You mean to tell me that this man could just walk into any government agency and say, I need a DNA test because I am the real John F. Kennedy Jr.? What do you think they would do with his test? Thank you, Jack Wolf. Thank you. I knew Jack. Yep, Jack. It ain't that dark-headed dude. Now let's see what else he's going to show here. I will not shut up. You can see his daddy's right there. Right there's his dad. Look at that face. The pug nose. Like he says, my little pug nose in his ears. This shit don't change. That shit does not change. My daughter is 24 years old now. She is a miniature replica of me. My son looks just like his dad, okay? That's how I know who this man is. Look, there's his daddy. Right there's his daddy. Okay, now he's going to show you this. There's old fakeroo. Uh-huh. The one that I told you that if we'd have grown his hair out long, put some tattoos on him, put some drumsticks in his hand, he could have doubled for Tommy Lee out of Motley Crue. Yeah, he's showing you the earlobes. See there? Earlobes are as good as a fingerprint. There's your real JFK Jr. right there. Right there. Right there. There's old fakeroo. Look at his nose. That pointy nose. That's an Onassis. That is an Onassis. And there's your real JFK Jr. You know what breaks my heart is everything was stolen from him. He's lived in poverty. He has had to run and fight for his life. His name, he don't even have his name. Any of y'all that know about the cabal and how they can switcheroo you, you're going to get another identity. Look at there. I want you all to go to his channel. I want you to go to his channel. Please support him. Please support him. His story needs to be heard around the world. He'll never be able to sit down and give an interview on any news. There's fakeroo. There's old fakeroo right there. Right there. John will tell you about this time. How they both they had to grow their hair out. Uh-huh. Go to John's channel and let John tell you. Jack, you're right. Please go to this man's channel. He's explaining all this on his channel. I'm just a lion trying to roar, trying to get people to wake up because somebody popped off in my comments yesterday that absolutely ticked me off. I don't know what happened here. The person in my comment said, well, his sister Caroline, they could just take her and get DNA. It ain't that easy. And to what I've heard John say several times, he has had, when he was switched, 3 different girls was brought to him and he was told that was his sister Caroline. The true story of these Kennedys has not been told. Those JFK files, I don't need them. I don't think they'll ever be released. He's showing you the ears. Now look at his ears. Please, I'm begging you all to check out his channel. Subscribe to his channel. Subscribe to his channel. There's old fakeroo right there. The sexiest man on earth, wasn't he? But there's your real John. There's your real John right there. Right there. I know in my gut, and half of you all know I was a card reader. I know in my gut, this man, I'm getting cold chills. There's his sister, the real Carolyn. I know in my gut, this is him. This is him. If it wasn't him, I would not be doing this. Get his book, Stolen Identity. There's his daddy. Right back there's his daddy. He's going over pictures that somebody has sent him. If you'll go to his channel and you go to his about section, he's got an address that you can send him things because his Kennedy heritage, unless people have sent him stuff, was all taken from him. He doesn't even have the Kennedy family Bible. It's in some museum somewhere. The man deserves that too. Sure does. You need to go listen to John. John will tell you. John's been around all these people. That's like the Epstein files. You think we'll ever hear about any of that and who's been to the island? No, we will not. Fake. Fake. He knows him too. He's been around him, the Clintons. The real John was a child actor as well. You need to go to his channel. He was on Adam 12. He was on several TV sitcoms. Go listen to his story. Start at the beginning. Start at the beginning if you have to. But I'm doing this for John because this motherfucker was fake as fuck. This is your fake JFK Jr., which they got all of the Kennedy money. And what did the real John get? Nothing. Nothing. There's your real John. Cute as a button, wasn't he? Cute as a button. Looks just like his dad. Not you. Not you, fakeroo. Not you. This one is really dead. Read the book. This one is really dead. So those conspiracy theorists out there that says that he's alive, no, he's dead. The real JFK is alive and well in Arizona. Okay. And you conspiracy theories that say if you rip the mask off Elon Musk, JFK Jr. is under there. They've also said if you rip the mask off J.D. Vance, it's JFK Jr. working underneath the mask. I even have seen it once said in a comment once that, what's his name? That actor's name. Oh, crap. He was in Yellowstone. Played the daddy. Kevin Costner. They said if you rip the mask off Kevin Costner, it's JFK Jr. underneath. Well, if it's this one, I believe this one looks a little bit too short to be Kevin Costner. But this one ain't nobody because he's dead. He died in that plane. Go listen to John. John will tell you. He was on that plane. The real one was on that plane. But he didn't die. But this one did. Read the book. Read the book. Money and power, you can do anything you want to when you got money and power. So I'm begging you, after I had a fit yesterday on somebody that went by the judge, and I had to snap, crackle, and pop using Tater. Tater had to go off. You pissed me plumb off. But after I calmed down, I have you to know, I blocked you from my channel because I'm not putting up with that nonsense because John is having to repeat himself over and over and over and over again about DNA. And like I said, I know how it feels to have to repeat yourself over and over and over again to get people to understand what you've been through. Because I had to do it when my daughter's dad put me through domestic violence. His parents did not believe me. My parents did. Because they was the first ones I called when he finally let me go. My clothes were muddy and ripped. You name it. I looked horrible. I looked horrible. So I know what it feels like. It's been 23 years since I went through that. You don't never forget it. And some people still to this day don't believe you, and that's okay. But I know in my heart, I know the truth. And someday, the truth will be exposed. Justice for John. Justice for John. Justice for John. Can't you see? Can't you see? Can't you see? Can't you see? I can. God bless John. This is JFK Jr. There's no doubt in my mind. I'm not going to shut up. God bless JFK Jr. and Robin. And I'm begging you all to please go to his channel. Go to his About section. Send him a card. This man is not rich. Everything was stolen from him. Send him a card. Send him a postcard from where you live. Send him something. I know the struggle is real right now. I know was all hoping that we was going to get $5,000 from all the money that they're digging up. I could use it because my work's been slow. I don't even have enough money right now in my bank account to pay my electric bill. I don't. God's honest truth. Because my work's been slow. I didn't get to work yesterday. I haven't got to work today. And I don't know if I'll have parts to work on tomorrow. I don't know what the American people's going to do. I use credit cards, and they're eating me up in interest. But I mean, you got to survive somehow, some way. So we could really use some of that money, Elon, Trump. You all are billionaires. You ain't having to do without nothing. You don't have to worry about, is my electricity going to get cut off next week? The American people do, though. The working collar, the blue collar workers, we're always on the struggle. We're always worrying. I'm sick of worrying. I don't make a dime off of YouTube. They stripped me from my AdSense and monetization back in the fall. They threw me in YouTube jail. I couldn't make any videos for 60 days. I could reapply for AdSense in January. They stamped denied on my forehead because I had reshared some videos back in the fall when that so-called hurricane rip-roared its ass up through Georgia, East Tennessee, and North Carolina. We don't live nowhere near the fucking ocean. And I was using videos that I found and was giving people credit, but I didn't do commentary to it. So YouTube decided to take my monetization away from me. And I've been on YouTube since 2018. I'm a YouTube partner. Oh, but I can reapply for my AdSense in April. I didn't make a lot off YouTube. I might have made some months $200, $400. I think the biggest one I ever made was $6. But I tell you, that monthly check come in handy when there's a bill laying on your table that you needed to pay. Sure did. But Cindy don't get none of that. And I'm not a beggar of money. Anybody that watched me, even when I did card reading, for the longest time, I never even added AdSense on there. I wouldn't even make a PayPal account. I wasn't about the money, never have been about the money. Money comes and money goes. But this man right here, this one right here, that's got 500 views, that should be 500 billion views. This man needs to be interviewed by Tucker Carlson. Yeah, Tucker Carlson right here is the real JFK Jr. This man needs to be on some of the biggest podcasts on YouTube. Joe Rogan, Theo Vaughn, Tucker Carlson. Help this man, please. Yep, Libby. Yep. Yeah, I spoke on. Yeah, they opened them gates. They sure did. Yep, Joe Rogan. I've been begging Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's got to open mine. I mean, Joe Rogan will get on there and talk about aliens and everything. So we need to help JFK Jr., the real one, because you've been lied to and you've been deceived. Oh, YouTube may come and try to put a noose around my neck now, but I don't care. What you gonna do? Deny me in April of my AdSense? Whoop-de-doo. Who gives a diddly damn? My PayPal information is over there somewhere. But I'm not a beggar. I'll make it somehow, some way. The little checks were nice. It did help me out. So will y'all please go over there and support John. Support him. You can get this book right here on Amazon. I just went to Amazon and I said, book of JFK Jr. Guess what? First book it popped up was the double, the fakeroo. Right underneath it was this one, Stolen Identity. This is your real JFK Jr. This is your real one. He's got a very, very interesting story to tell. See, he was trained from the time he was little. Get the book. And then go to his channel because he's got another book. It's on Lulu. It's called an historian tale of the real JFK Jr., the president's son. If I said that wrong, Libby knows. Yeah, John knows Sean Hannity. Yes, he does. Why can these people not talk to him? Why will these people not talk to him? It makes me so mad I can't stand it. Yeah, Libby, thank you. On Lulu, The Historian Tale by Mary Maxwell. Y'all go over to John's channel, subscribe. He's got 4,000 and something subscribers. Y'all, that should be 4 billion. If you're not subscribed to his channel, do me a favor. Go over there. Watch some videos. Let your gut be your guide like I did. Hit subscribe. Let's get this man up to 10,000 subscribers. They have took him off of TikTok. TikTok is one of the worstest platforms I ever tried to be on. They will hold your comments. They will take down your videos for false information. That's what they did to John. And he had a lot of followers on TikTok. They took his TikTok and they took Robin's TikTok. So he's got Facebook and he's got YouTube to get his story out there. And then he's got us lines that are helping him. So I don't need anybody to get in my comments and tell me this is not him. Or he needs to get a DNA test, because I'm telling you one thing right now. If us lions, we do roar and we get hungry and we will eat you up in those comments, especially me. Especially me. So to any of you cowboy keyboards and cowgirls, before you type anything in my comments, you better make sure it ain't going to send me through the roof, because I'm going to put you on blast. I will blast you for about a day and let everybody see who you are. And then I'm going to knock you in the head and you're out of here. Yeah. Not literally knock you in the head. You're going to get blocked. You will be blocked. There's too much BS going on in this world. Too much. John is also being interviewed on Hustle Man 3.0 on YouTube. I've never heard of that channel. I'll have to check that out, Libby. I want to have him on mine. I want to have a sit-down conversation with him on mine. And I know I've got a mouth, and I know that I've got a potty mouth, and I apologize for it, but most people that has potty mouths, that is our passion coming through. I'm just not one of them soft-spoken women. When I get something in my soul and I'm passionate about it, my Leo in me comes out. I'm Leo Moon, and I will roar, and I will not shut up until I am heard. And there's no doubt in my mind, no doubts whatsoever. This is John F. Kennedy Jr. Do your research, people. Do the research. You're Leo Moon too. I've had so many people leave me comments, said, Cindy, I wish you would read again. You was one of my favorite readers. That's why I joined your channel. Some don't like his truth business. Some don't. You never know. I might pop on here one day and I might break out some cards. I got rid of all my cards because I'd done it so long that, energy attracts, and I had to get rid of all them cards. I got one deck left, and I'm not really fond of that deck, to be honest. Well, the artwork's kind of pretty, but I don't know. Some people say reading is bad. Some people say this, that, and the third. I've done the research on cards. It was the Catholic Church that wanted rid of the cards. And I don't much trust that Catholic Church. I mean, my God, look at that Pope. Look at the Pope. I don't trust him. Heck, half of them have sex with little boys. I mean, let's just get real. I don't trust none of them. They're just pedos. Sickos. I would love to sit down and talk to John. And he can just talk. We can just talk like two old buddies sitting at the bar having a beer. New deck, new energy. Thank you, Jack Wolf. You just give me cold chills because I was thinking about getting a new deck. I have one deck left, Jack, that was never used much. And when I read, Jack was one of my top moderators. If Jack was in the room, I never had to watch the chat. I always knew Jack had my back. Jack is a Native American. I trust Jack. I trust him. I don't even know him, and I trust him. He lives somewhere in California. Never laid eyes on him, but I trust Jack Wolf. Yes, I sure do. Thank you, Penny. Well, you never know. So many people are saying in my comments, Cindy, we would like to see you read again. Hey, little Annie. I quit reading, and I'm going to tell you, I quit reading because this person that I had to finally just get out of my channel, block them from emailing me everything because they watched my channel. They told me if I didn't quit reading, I would never see my daughter. And it messed with me. They said I would never see my daughter if I didn't quit reading them cards. Well, how long have I been gone now from reading? They're just cards. And I wasn't in there cutting up chickens and throwing chicken blood and doing some heebie-jeebie voodoo shit. I don't play that. I don't play that. Good to see you, little Annie, and Jack Wolf and Penny, all of y'all that used to watch me read. Penny's been around, yeah, Jack, Penny, little Annie. Y'all was some of my faithful watchers when I read cards. Yeah, Libby, I was in Tarot Land. Sure was. I started my channel in something like February of 2018. I never even turned on AdSense for over a year or two, and that's when YouTube was good. That was back way before you had to have so many subscribers and so many hours in and all that blah 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 before you could even start earning. And I wouldn't even turn it on, and I could go live and I could have 400 something people in a chat. I mean, I would never be up there with Tyler. Tyler, I love you. You know, I still love you. I still watch you. I'm still a mod for Tyler. I can walk in his room, and when he sees my name, he always tells me hello. And he's up to 600,000 subscribers. He has been blessed. He has been blessed. He has been blessed. I'll always love Tyler. Yeah, I was a reader. Yeah, we had some good times, didn't we, little Annie? We sure did. I was real. I was real to the core. I'll tell you whether you liked it or not. I wasn't going to sugarcoat nothing and all that. And I know people always want to know about love. And is he coming back or is she coming back? If they wanted your ass, they would be there. If they wanted your ass, they would be there. I might have to do it again. So y'all stay tuned. Well, thank you, Jack. You're good people too, honey. Y'all stay tuned. Thank you, Penny. Thank you, little Annie. Thank you, Libby. Thank you all for being here. And please go check out John. I just seen 3737 on my timer. So y'all go check out John. If you ain't subscribed to his channel, I'm begging you to please, please, please help this man. Help this man. Y'all should know, if I thought this was bogus or it wasn't true, I would not be pushing it. I would not. I've been backstabbed by some in the tarot land, in the tarot community, especially one. She ate me up to my face. My gut kept telling me to get away from her. She's going to backstab you. She's a Gemini. I ain't going to say her name, but she loves a cottage. That's all I'm going to say. She backstabbed me big time. I thought, one glorious day, I will return. And when I return, I'm coming with the truth. Because she threatened on her channel to tell a bunch of stuff. And it was nothing but lies. Nothing but lies. She told lies on me. Just use your imagination. Use your imagination. Anybody that knows me knows I'm a straight shooter. I'm going to tell it to you straight, whether you like it or not. I'm not a two-faced bitch. I'm not one that's going to talk out of both sides of my mouth. I will tell you what I think. Bottom line. Yes, Libby. Jack, you know. Jack knows. No, there won't be no cottage going here. No. If you all ever seen me read, there's, like I said, if my mods are in there, I'll get into the story and I just start seeing it and it just starts hitting my head. A song may come through. Anything may come through. And if you all don't believe me, I can go over to Tattoo Twins channel. Shout out to Lou in England. I'm going to do a live with Lou pretty soon. And I will post a video that me and Lou did a couple years ago. But just because it was done a couple years ago doesn't mean that the message that was done a couple years ago may not affect you today. And I'll prove to you how I read. These people in here, Penny, little Annie, they know. Jack Wolf knows. I'm not a devil worshiper. I'm none of that. And that was one reason I walked away from tarot, because I thought people was going to think I'm into the occult. I'm into the devil worship and all that. If my daddy was still alive, my daddy wouldn't have had a problem with it. What could he say? He was a 32-degree Mason. Hello? My mother, on the other hand, would have had a fit. The first time I ever showed my channel to my sister, she said, "How do you know all of this? How do you know all the signs? How do you know all of this shit, Cindy?" I said, it's just there. I don't know the answer. It just comes out. Well, y'all stay tuned, because you never know. Well, Libby, if I ever read again, you can ask Jack Wolf, Penny, and Little Annie in here, and you're in for a treat. My mouth gets to flying, and yes, parental advisory is in effect when you come to my channel. It is not for children. It will never be for anyone under the age of 18 if you cannot handle curse words. I've got a colorful language. That's just the way that I express myself. And I know that a lot of people don't like that, but it's just the way that it is. I mean, a lot of people, they get on to Tyler, but what people don't understand is Tyler was born and raised in Georgia. I'm up here in Tennessee. When you're growing up in the South, you're going to hear out of your mama's mouth, "Well, that bitch, well, that son of a bitch, hell's bells." You're going to hear all of that. And bastard. Bastard was my daddy's favorite word. Well, that bastard. That motherfucker. It's just the way that we're raised. So don't hate on us for that, because we're not proper. It's just the way we was raised. It's just the language that people used. Oh, and they loved the word shit. Yeah, they loved the word shit. Jack. Yes, yeah, Penny, I'll tell it straight. So, warning, if anybody's got any issues with colorful language, I may not be the chick for you. Yeah, I may not be the chick for you. Thank you, little Annie. That's right. If you wanted to be sweet, get yourself a damn donut. She didn't say damn, but I did. See, that's how my mouth is. Get yourself a donut, because Cindy is real, and that's all. Thank you, little Annie. Thank you, little Annie. Well, Donna, hello to you, hon. Hello, hon. Hello. You all know that I'm a comedian at heart, and when I read cards, I'm going to tell it to you straight with a little sidekick of Southern twang and comedy, because I would much rather my people, and the ones that's watched me read before knows, I would much rather break it to you in a funny kind of way, because I don't want you going away crying. If I see something funky, I'm going to tell you to walk away from this bitch or bastard, because they're no good. You've lost nothing. You feel me? That's me. That's how I'm going to do it. And we might have to call Peggy every now and then, and get Peggy's point of view. Them dating websites, that ain't for me. No. That's who I am. I have a gift of making people laugh. My sister's always said I should have been a comedian. She has said it my whole life. So I try to do things with a twist of comedy, like I said, because I'd rather leave you all laughing instead of crying. But I'm going to tell you, when I was reading, the ones that got on my nerves, that got on my last damn nerve, is that bullshit. Is he coming back? Is he coming back? Is he coming back? Huh. Is he coming back? Well, honey, where's he been? He's been with somebody else. Uh-huh. How long's he been gone? 6 months. Uh-huh. And you're still waiting on him. Well, one or two things is going to happen here, hun. Yeah. He's either with her, or then he's going to dip out and play with you for a little bit, and then he's going to go right back. I say dump his ass. Dump his ass. And then the other things I can't stand to hear, but he's my twin flame. He's my twin flame. Me and Lou broke that shit down one night in a live for over 2 hours that it was bullshit. I watched something on Netflix, Breaking the Twin Flame, something about the twin flame. You can find it on Netflix. It is all bullshit. It's a money maker. Those two that started that, they started on YouTube. They're on Netflix explaining about twin flames. They went from living in a shack to a multi-million-dollar mansion in Michigan. The twin flame is bullshit. It's bullshit. You're a soul. Your dude over is a soul. You're two souls that come together. You're not a half of a soul to complete each other, okay? You're a soul, they're a soul. You run into each other. Does that mean you're twin flames? No. No. I will never, ever, ever, ever. And I fell for it. You all know I fell for that shit because you know what it is? It's another part of mind control. It's another part of deception. It's another part to get people to hang on. And I got so sick of watching some readers every week. Some of them readers. The runner is still running. The runner chaser horse shit. Honey, I'm not chasing nobody. I'm not chasing a soul, okay? Either you want me or you don't. And I don't suggest that anybody gets out here and chases anybody down. The best way to get somebody is stay silent. I've been silent since 2020. The only thing that I've acquired in my house is another cat, okay? Because I don't go nowhere. There's nowhere in my town really to go to mingle. There's not. So, twin flame is bullshit. It's based on mistranslation of Plato's work. Yes, Jack, it sure is. But if y'all ain't watched that thing on Netflix and you got Netflix, I tried to stream it one night. Well, I did stream it. I hear on YouTube. And I set my phone up because y'all know I use my phone. My iPhone 15, 14. Hell, I don't know. My son is in charge of my phone. And I was doing commentary as we was watching Escaping the Twin Flame. And after I got done with the live, YouTube refused for it to be posted on my channel, which was fine with me. That's fine with me. That's fine with me. But if y'all have got Netflix, you need to watch that. How those people, they're con artists. Disclaimer, for entertainment purposes only. These are my opinions and my opinions only. But I do not believe in the twin flame horse shit. When I watched that on Netflix, I was fit to be tied. Them people was offering courses. They even went as far. Y'all need to watch this. I'm telling you, you're going to absolutely fall over. They went as far as coaching their people and told this one girl that she carried too much masculine energy and that she needed to become a male. I about fell in the floor. And this girl has not spoken to her family or her mother. Her mother was heartbroken. They convince people to change their gender. How many times in tarot land have you heard, well, we got the Queen of Cups here, but that could be a male or it could be a female, depending on the energy that this person is under. Yeah, they took it a little bit too far. If you have Netflix, look this up and watch it. You will fall out in the damn floor. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. Watch it on Netflix. Watch it. They're cons. They have these big events, like 3-day events. The tickets are outrageous. The people's got to pay for a motel room. And they hold these conferences, and they're making a killing. These are two people that was living in a shack, basically. And it was the girl that ran upon something talking about twin flames. So she started digging into it and thought, hey, we could do this. Just go watch it on Netflix. Go watch it. They are brainwashing people bad. I was never in it to brainwash anybody. I was just here to give a message to whatever hit my head or whatever I felt or whatever I seen or whatever song hit my head. I was just here to give a message. That's it. I was not here to brainwash nobody or make you think that so-and-so is coming back. Because like I said, if they've moved on and you're still sitting there boo-hooing and crying over them, cry all your tears, get it out of your system and move on, because they're not coming back. And even if they did come back, if they cheated on you once, they will do it again. It's a proven fact. I mean, it's a proven fact. All you got to do is, most couples that get together in today's society has been with someone else, and they got their eye on somebody on the other side of the fence and decided to leave their spouse to be with that one on the other side of the fence. And the cycle will now repeat. Because what everybody needs to understand is that cow on the other side of the fence is eating the same damn grass that your cow at home is eating. You understand? I see this shit every day in everyday life. Well, I've said enough. Thank you all so much for watching. Please go and subscribe to John and listen to John. Listen to what he has to say and be on the lookout, because you never know when I get my AdSense back, if they will accept it in April. You never know. The cards may come back. The grass isn't greener on the other side of the fence. No, it's not. It's the same damn grass. And if you've got Netflix, I want you to go look at Escaping the Twin Flames. It's pitiful. It is absolutely pitiful. Exactly, Jack. Because, I've been down that road. I've been on both sides of the fence. I've jumped the fence to be with someone else, my daughter's dad, left my son's dad behind, broke his heart. And he's a Virgo, and he told me to my face, you're going to regret this. Well, guess what? He was right. I'm authentic. I'm open. I'll tell y'all the truth. Within 2 weeks after being married to my daughter's dad, I knew I'd stepped in shit. And I went flying to his house and I opened his door and went running in there and got on my hands and knees and was in front of that man bawling like a baby, begging for forgiveness. Because me and him was together for over 10 years. I did not know what it was like to live with somebody that was a narcissist. I did not know what it was like to live with somebody that was going to play mind games on me, verbally abuse me, twist my head, and then eventually I was going to go through domestic violence. My daughter's dad had the looks, had the women, but he was one of the most ugliest, cruelest people I had ever met in my life. Sometimes looks is not everything. Let me tell you that right now. My son's daddy and I are still good friends to this day. And that will never change. Because I never wanted my son to see me and his dad fuss and fight. Oh, but that didn't happen for my daughter. No. He ended up getting married a woman for money, ended up being miserable. He was an alcoholic. His liver was failing. And he tried to apologize to me in 2013. I accepted it. And in 2019, when my mother was passing away, I called him and asked him, could my daughter please come and see her grandmother? He sounded about half lit that day, and he said, are you going to be there? I said, of course I'm going to be there. I don't have to leave my mother's house. Well, if you're going to be there, the answer's no. I said, okay, I can see that you're still the same sorry son of a bitch that you've always been. And I hung up on him. They let my daughter come and see my mother before she died. Under one condition, that I left this house. I left kicking and screaming and crying. I sure did. But I give my daughter a moment to be with her grandmother. When my daughter left, me and my sister got the phone call to come back because Mama was in here hollering for me and she was hollering for my daughter. And 2 days after my mom got to see my daughter, she passed away. And her daddy took a bunch of pills and sweetened it down with vodka. October the 26th of 2020. And he's gone. My daughter showed up at my house in July of 2021. I don't know what she wanted. She wouldn't talk. But I'll tell you this. I knew the night before, I knew she was coming. They kept showing me her face. They kept showing me the cardinal that walked across my porch. And that next day when I got up and I walked through this house, and people's been in tarot land that's heard this story. When I walked through my house, I hadn't turned anything on yet that day. And I heard as plain as day when I got in the living room, I heard go outside. So I obeyed. I went outside. And I sat down in the rocking chair, had my earbuds in, and I was watching videos on YouTube. And my head was down. And all of a sudden, I heard, look up. And when I looked up, there was my daughter in her black Jeep, and she whipped in. And something told me to remain calm and do not get up and charge at her like a Brahma bull. And I didn't. And I slowly started walking towards her with tears rolling down my face, saying her name. I even approached her Jeep. She kept her head down, staring at a blank phone. And I told her, I said, you've come here for a reason. And I know that there's a lot of questions that you want to ask me. And anytime that you're ready to get out and talk, you know where I'm at. I'm here always. She never would say nothing. So I talked to her a little bit more, and I told her, I said, I'm going to start walking away now. And I was crying all the way back because there's a parking lot beside my house, and I started walking back to the porch. And I sat down, and she cranked the Jeep, and she's pulled out. When she pulled out, I dropped and I lost it. And I started crying my eyes out. And all of a sudden, there's a tree in my front yard, and my eyes were fixated on that tree. And it was like my eyes were having a seizure. And I kept seeing this red thing, and my eyes was trying to focus. I can't explain it to you, people, unless you know about the wonders of how God works. And all of a sudden, there was that red cardinal sitting there, and I went, Steve, is that you? And that bird kept turning its head every time I said Steve. That was her daddy's name. And I said, if that's you, prove to me. I will need you to leave this tree right now and fly over her Jeep and protect her. Protect her. The bird looked at me one time, did a little noise, and it took off. I flew off my porch, went down the steps, and I was watching as she got to the stop sign at the end of the street, and that bird was right over her Jeep. Explain that. Explain that one. That's how God works. Okay? I'm not a devil worshiper. Never have been. And just because that you mess with tarot cards does not make you evil. So I want to get that straight right now. And just because you mess with them does not mean that your family member is never coming back. I had somebody tell me that. If you don't quit messing with those tarot cards, your daughter's never coming back. Well, it's a funny thing to me. I was reading tarot when she pulled in here in July of 2021. So you that thought that you was so psychic, you are not psychic. I trust my own intuition before I trust anybody else ever again. Maybe son just wanted me to quit reading cards. Maybe they was afraid. Maybe they seen that I had the gifts. Maybe they was afraid I would outdo them. Maybe they was afraid I would get more subscribers than them. I don't know. Don't care. But with that being said, you all have a good evening. God, yes. I was told at a very young age in high school that I had one of the sweetest spirits. And so I guess I did. Because anytime that somebody, anytime a very bad, malevolent, how do you say that word, malevolent? The dark side spirits see that you've got a good heart and a good soul, they're going to attack you from every corner possible. Because your light, they can't stand your light. You make them sick. When I was reading cards, I've had people, this one that told me to quit reading, that said she was psychic. She even emailed me one day or texted me and said, I feel that I have been spiritually attacked. And I feel that you did it. I thought you are about as cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs as anybody that I've ever seen in my damn life. I said, I have fucking had it with you. I said, I'm blocking you. Leave me alone. I would not even know how to spiritually attack somebody. That is not in me. That is not in my heart. That is not my mission. That is not what I'm here for. That's the kind of nuts I had to put up with. That's why I wanted to walk away. And that's the facts. You have people that will email you. That's why I was real iffy about giving out my email address. I have given my email address out on John's channel because I want to do a collab with John. I just want to let John talk. Just like two buddies hanging out at the bar having a drink. He can say whatever he wants to, use whatever language he wants to, because y'all know I do not care. Because I believe that through colorful language, that is the passion in somebody's soul. But them people that wanted to email me and tell me all that mess and that I had spiritually attacked them and all that, no spam, no turkey or bologna will I put up with that mess. No weapon formed against me shall prosper. Amen to that. I learned to speak my mind. When you live with a narcissist that's put you in a cage, when you come out and when you heal, and it takes years to get over domestic violence, it's still hard for me to date somebody and fully trust them. That's why I've been single since 2020, because of trust. But when you've been through something like that, the last thing on this planet that you ever want to do is hurt somebody. I would never intentionally hurt anyone. I've broke a few hearts in my life, but we all get our heart broken. So with that being said, I've been on here an hour. That's long enough. A little bit over an hour. But you all just stay tuned, because you never know. You never know. I still have my backup name. My name of my tarot channel was A Cup of Love Tarot by Cindy G. And it can easily be changed. Easy. With just a few clicks. I'm not saying I'm going to do it, and I'm not saying I'm not going to do it. I got to think on it. I got to do some soul searching. Because it takes a lot out of you, and it takes you to have the right people around you, like Jack, my moderators around me, like Jack Wolf, Penny, people that really know me, to get the bad seeds out. Because anytime you're speaking, you are going to get attacked in the chat. Oh, I could write a book, Libby. I could write a book. I sure could. I could turn it into a Lifetime movie. So, yes, cleanse and protect. Yes. I'm going to go do that now. Yes. So those in tarot land, and y'all that watched me, you all know who I collabed with. I collabed with Lou. I collabed with Miss Enchanted Cottage down there, 333. So, Leon, Leo Fire 555. I did a lot of collabs with him and Lou. And then that one backstabbed me. And that's the God's honest truth. I'm not in tarot land. And that's all I'm going to say. Because she's a Gemini. And she's a double sword. And she'll try to slice me. I could say more, but I'm not going to. There was a lot that I wanted to say when it happened. And any of y'all that remember when I was reading and watched me and her both, and you watched her channel, she used to praise me. What a wonderful person I was. Then all of a sudden she took down all those videos. Well, I do the same thing. None of my reading videos are up. Every time I've ever tried to be friends with a Gemini woman, they've backstabbed me, took my boyfriend, lied to my boyfriend. I can't do them. I'm sorry. I can't. I cannot. They wear a mask. And I've been honest. I've been authentic. I've told my life story. I've told stories about my life. Lou has told stories about her life. But there's one that I collabed with that you'll never know the real story on that one. And that one does have, yes, a story that should be told. Yeah. But it ain't my place to tell it. It's hers. Everybody talks about the year of the truth. It's time for a little truth. It's time for some truth to come out. Yeah. Do I need to sing a little Johnny Cash? Was you down there in Folsom Prison? Uh-huh. That's all I got to say about that. Thank you all for watching. Peace out, and I'll holler at you later. Everything that come out of my mouth, disclaimer, for entertainment purposes only. Cindy G speaks truth. I spoke truth. And if it ruffles the feathers of you demons and you ones that can't handle the truth, then that's your problem, not mine. Peace out.